So basically, I kind of built this spreadsheet that talks about. So if we took the pie from our perspective, this is right here, right?
Yep.
So we took the whole pie, which is all the difference between the 1.2, which is what she would get if she went to the other place. She would get 1.2 or 2.1. 2.1. And then if she times with us, our expected value is 3, so like that
Yep.
pie is 0.9.
Yep.
Right? So if we took the full pie, right, we basically would pay her 2.1 from our perspective.
Yeah.
Right? And so we could give her, and so this is just basically what percentage of it is in signing bonus versus in the winning bonus. And so obviously these ones don't make sense because it's like a lot. But basically, from our perspective, as long as we're in that range, we're fine. But what's more important is this is what she's thinking of. So this is the pie when it's the pie is 5.9, which is kind of what she thinks it is,
yeah.
Right? So if we say, hey, if we take the full pie here, right, like this is kind of like what her perception of how much she would make is. And so this is kind of, I think, where we want to focus is what she thinks the pie is.
Yeah.
Right? So she, if we were to split the pie according to her,
yeah.
She should make 5.05 and we should make 2.95. Right? That would be splitting the 5.9 pie. But as long as we're closer to like this side, right, where we offer little to nothing.
Wait, but what do you mean? This is an 8.4 in winning bonus for her. Why would we? Is that in a scenario that you were?
Oh, so that is. I don't think we would lead with that, but that's basically that would be what we if we split the pie according to her, right? So this would kind of be where we think she would come from,
yeah,
right? And so this is kind of where we say, hey, with her coming from this perspective, she can get to there, right? We obviously want to be closer to this, right? Which is this is us basically taking the full pie,
yeah.
But from her perspective, right, is the 3, the 2, whatever.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
So this right here is kind of one that I talked about. So getting that 5.05, which is hers, right? We offered her 1.3 and 6.25, right? I think that would be. We don't necessarily want to come out with that.
Wait, what do you mean 1.3? Oh,
1.3 million is base and 6.25.
So we're saying that our actual cost of that is 1.3 plus 10% of 6.25.
Yeah.
Is it's the likelihood of that happening? So it's like 1.9, and our
cost,
and we're making 3.
So we would make over what we think the pie is. So we think the whole pie is 0.9, and we would get 1.1 of that.
Yeah.
So we make 1.1 million.
There's scenarios where we can do better. That's
Absolutely.
not our BATNA. That's
Absolutely.
not our BATNA.
Well,
our BATNA could actually be.
But no, our BATNA is 0, right? Because if she walks in, they don't do a deal, we don't make anything.
No, but our BATNA is what we're trying to get to. So our reservation value is
0.
But our BATNA would be actually it could be higher. So you're saying 1.1. There's a scenario.
Oh, we can make more than that for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. And so this is if they have anything to kind of come out, we can put it in right here. So you got my computer, and so if we put hey signing bonus of whatever you said, like the 0.1. And the winning bonus of whatever, 4 million, right? Yeah. Then, oops. Right. She. Yeah, right.
Yeah. That would be 2.5. So she's making 400,000 more than she would be in her. So reservation value is 2,100. Yep. She's up 400,000 in that scenario. So
yep.
I think
we're gonna lead with that, and then just kind of see where it goes from there.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So yeah. So we got.
So wait. So let's identify our reservation value first. So we know like we can't do anything that will essentially generate a loss for us. So,
yeah. So basically, our reservation is like 0, basically. Yeah. As long as we can.
There's no scenario in which our expected costs can exceed the $2,000.
Yeah. So as long as that us column right there is positive, we're good. All right. Let's just write down the offer. We'll slide it over to him. Okay.
you think we should can we actually kick the agent out of the room for a second?
Let's see what this is.
It would actually be awesome if we can separate them, like just briefly and be like, let's do this very structurally. Like, you can actually talk alone later if you want, but we want to have like 1 minute with each of you separately, so we have different selling points to each. So to the agent, we're basically going to say, listen, you're either going to get nothing or you're going to get very little. So you can choose what you want to do, right? So we can basically be like, so we can help you out a little bit if you help us get him. And we're only going to offer you very little on the signing bonus, but we're only going to be willing to do it if you help us convince him to sign that. And on the other side, to the athlete, we can just like focus a lot on the bonus for winning. And if we already have the agent on our side, then it's easier to get the deal done. I think instead of like going head on against the agent, because that's what the negotiation is likely going to be, we should just be intimidating alone with the agent initially with Pat Babcock, and just be like, hey, listen, we can strike a deal with the athlete very easily without you involved, because we know that our incentives are more aligned with the athletes than with yours. So essentially, we're only going to throw a little bit of money on the signing bonus, and either you're on board now, or you're going to end up being cut out of the deal. I think that's the way to go. I think that's the way to go.
Well, we'll see how the.
I think it can be done. The rules aren't completely
Yeah,
clear.
and I don't know how.
Let's start like this. Let's see what the reaction is. If we're seeing some buy-in from the athlete into the bonus for winning, and we're seeing some reluctance, we'll propose, let's do 1 minute session with each.
No. Hey, actually, how's it going?
Hey.
Do you want to start afresh or?
No, yeah, you can start. Oh no, we'll just.
Should we just let it run?
I just let it run.
Welcome to Jensen NASCAR office.
Hey, thanks for having us. Yeah.
Ladies and ladies.
We're excited to work with you guys.
Hi, Gene. Hello. Oh,
You know what?
we know each other.
So you good? Or off the camera?
No.
By the way.
I think it's recording.
Yeah, like you're.
You're not.
Oh, I'm not in the frame.
Yeah, maybe you should sit over there.
I guess maybe I should say with agent. Does that make more sense?
Oh yeah, we both sit.
Yeah, let's do that.
Cool. So we can kind of grab this corner here.
Yeah.
Have our 5 minutes be that's like weird transition.
Do we ever check to make sure the sound works?
Oh, that's.